God damn it.
What do you think about, like, all right, so it's almost October.
Yes.
And I know that, like, obviously we haven't seen everything. That's the cool thing about October. With this big, like, writer's strike and actor's strike right now, this is when, like, the indie movies are going to start flourishing. And there's stuff in the can that's been sitting that's going to come out, too, right? So we don't know everything that's coming out yet. But I did see that there's a fucking Pet Sematary prequel coming out. Yeah. A prequel to the remake.
Learn about Judd.
You found out about Judd, which Judd's a cool character. It's not going to be Fred Gwynn, obviously, but it's still a cool character.
Bury your own.
You bury your own, Drew, buddy. That's the other guy. That's right. That's Mr. Krabs. But Clancy Brown.
I want to hear him do it in the Krabs voice.
Oh my God. Bury your own, Drew, buddy. It'd be fucking... I can't do Mr. Krabs at all. That was just whatever. Don't come for me. But no, there's a Pet Sematary prequel coming. There's something called Dear David, that looks pretty decent. I can't remember.
What's the gimmick out right now with the fucking hand
Talk
in
to
the
me.
trailer?
I guess that's like really good. Yeah. Everybody says it's a fucking good movie. I never, and apparently they have a prequel made of it already. So you,
really?
Yeah. So I was like, well, damn, dude. Like, okay. So that came out recently. That I guess is super good.
Slothomania? What the fuck is it?
Yeah, so there is a killer sloth.
Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Like Slaughterhouse?
It comes out at the end of August, which it'll be on someone's VOD soon after that. We got the mean one finally coming to VOD in October.
I still got to see that.
Nobody's seen it because it came out to like 5 theaters in like 2 areas, and like I've never seen it. I met David Howard Thornton. Is that his whole name? I think I said that right. If you don't know who that is, that's Art the Clown. I met him and I asked this. The first thing I asked him, I was like, "Jim, any idea when the mean one's coming out?" He's like, "Dude, I honestly don't know." He's like, "I would have to ask my director."
How was your interaction with him?
Super cool. Very nice man.
I got a guy that I think you'll like.
Okay.
He works with me back home in Indiana.
Yeah.
He fucking has a hearse that he owns that he takes the show.
Shit.
He's a cool fucking dude, right? So he also works part-time for a Halloween shop down there. And from what he told me, he was a big fan of him until they were going to bring him into this Halloween shop for a meet and greet. He said that he requested $5,000 up front. Wow. He keeps all the money from the autographs. Damn. And you have to give him and his associate, travel buddy, whatever, $200 a day to eat on.
Was that Damien Leone, his director?
Probably. But he said
travel a lot together.
He said he was just super shitty. And then maybe it's different versus meeting fans versus someone like that.
Did he interact with him or his agent?
That was from what I was told. It was interacting with him himself.
Wow, because he was super nice.
Yeah,
yeah, he was really nice. He was nice with everybody.
Yeah.
There was a guy that got him to sign his arm. His art was here.
Oh, that's
he
cool.
Went over and got a tattoo. And Art came over, like put the hat on, and fucking had the bell and or the horn. And took pictures with him and shit. Like he was super. He didn't have to do that, you know.
I love the sunflower glasses.
Yeah.
They're just fucking.
I almost got that. I was at a convention when I met him.
Yeah.
It was in PA. It was called Horror Realm.
Okay.
And we didn't realize this, but there was a tattoo. Like they were doing tattoos.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh god, can I get tattoos? Like, and she was like, yeah, this one's like 100. This one's I can do both of these for 50 apiece. I was like, I want Art the Clown. He had sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Or do I want Barbara and fucking Adam from Beetlejuice?
And I see your yeah.
And then I ended up getting the shrugging head guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, but I do want to go back to that girl and have her do the art though.
That would be awesome.
This might like 120.
It's not bad.
I put it up here, but yeah, man, he was cool. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that sucks. Everybody has different interactions with people.
That's true.
What I'm saying?
Look, Tom Savini, if you got tits, then you're gonna. You're
no, I just saw him at that same convention. He was just walking around, just having a good time, spoke. Hey, how you doing?
Really?
Very nice. And I was like, well, damn, look at that. And he's coming to Cinnamon Wasteland in October. So
coolest person I ever met, and this kind of works with today is still technically our friend Jay's birthday. Last year, I went to the Chicago horror convention.
You went to Flashback.
Flashback,
yeah.
Yes, thank you. And I really wanted to get Kane Hodder was there. Yeah. Everybody that knows Jay knows that he was named after the character Jason. He loves Friday the 13th.
Yes, he does.
And sadly, Jay's dad at that time had a really massive heart attack.
You want to know something about Friday the 13th? Jay's got to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Like we're Halloween. Jay's Friday the 13th.
And his dad had a massive heart attack, and he wasn't really planning on going anyways, but I just wanted to get him out of his, pull him out of the dumps, get him something. I told Kane about what happened, and Kane's like, does he have FaceTime? I'm like, no, Jay don't have an iPhone. He goes, who the fuck doesn't have an iPhone? But he's like,
I don't.
He's like, does he have a messenger or something? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, he does, but I'm just so fucking, in awe at the moment. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's like, all right, fucking call him. So we call him, and it goes to voicemail. But Kane leaves this long, drawn-out message, super fucking cool, just like, hey, I just recently went through this shit too. I stay strong. Just a great fucking dude.
Right.
And, Jay got the message, and it was fucking awesome. And from now on, I don't care if I have everything under the sun, but if Kane Hodder's at a show, I will give him my money some way, shape, or form.
He's a good dude. Funny story.
Oh,
Tony
Jesus.
met him for the first time at Cinema Wasteland with me.
Yeah.
And I had met Kane previous.
Yeah.
If you've ever met Kane Hodder, not so much, it seems like anymore today, but like back in the day if you met him, Kane's big thing was he would choke you. And I mean, he would literally fucking choke you.
He's a strong...
So he would take one hand around your throat and put the other one around the back of your neck, and he gave you the Jason fucking choke, man. He wasn't playing, right? So I met him that day, again, and I took a picture with him, and he looked at me, he goes, have we ever met? I said, yes, we have. He goes, okay, cool. So he gave me one of these, but he still pulls you in like super tight, right?
Yeah.
So Tony had not met him. So when Tony walked up to meet him, I said, well, Tony hasn't met you yet. He goes, thanks. Poor fucking Tony. Now, this was not intentional on my part, even though he still thinks it is. I swear to God it was not. That's back when we had like an actual camera, not a phone. We had a camera.
Yeah.
A very nice camera at the time, but motherfucker, he's getting choked, right? And I go to take the picture. You're okay, so it's okay. You go to take the picture, and like my camera turned off. I'm like, oh shit. I felt bad. I look over at Tony. This motherfucker went from red to purple. And he looks at me and he goes, please take the picture. I can't breathe. Right. So I finally get the picture taken. I'm laughing my ass off. This poor bastard finally's like getting his air back. And Kane just sits down like nothing happened. Like, fuck him, But dude, like, he's super cool like that. Interacts with his fans. Treats you like he gives a shit. Where you can go to a convention and, dude, that's one of the biggest things. If you ever, they sometimes tell you don't meet your idols or don't meet your heroes, okay? And I believe in that sometimes,
Yes.
But it hurts your feelings when you specifically go to a convention to meet a certain person and you have a shitty interaction with them. I went to Flashback years ago, and I met Annie from Halloween. And I went up to her table, and she wasn't even there yet. And I was the first fucking person in her line, right? Because I stayed. Because her table was covered, and the guy said, she'll be done in about 10 minutes. She's still in the room. I said, that's cool. I got nowhere to be, So I waited for it. Some dude tried to, inch his way. I was like, you better stay the fuck behind me, motherfucker, because I wasn't playing. I was like, I'll be the first motherfucker to see her, right? She comes up to her table, super fucking sweet. I told her, I said, you're like the missing piece on my puzzle of this poster. And she's like, oh my God, that's amazing. She went to the poster, signed it, and signed it. Super sweet. Took a picture with her, signed the poster, talked to her for a little bit. Very, very nice person. Like, that was a cool interaction because I went there specifically just to meet her. Did I meet other people while I was there? Yeah, I met Ogre, I met Booger, I met Heather Lakenkamp that day and stuff. It was super cool to see everybody, right? Got a picture with Rob England, covered it up with Mr. Yuck. We talked about that. We're going to read down and say it again.
Yeah.
But anyway, dude, it's hard. Like, when you meet people, Ken Forey was not the nicest,
It's funny that you say all of that, too. You talked about Flashback, Booger, and all them.
Mm-hmm.
That same show where we talked to Kane, Ogre, and Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds were there.
Nice.
No, not nice.
No. Really?
Ogre was awesome.
Oh, yeah, he was cool as fuck when I met him, too.
Robert Carradine.
Not cool?
Fucking all about money.
Oh, dude.
Didn't really want to talk, and then he just goes, he sides it to Tony. Thanks, man. And I'm like,
no line from the movie?
No, nothing. No, not even. I mean, he could see that I'm clearly, I'm meeting someone I really like, and I'm
kind of a fan of the fucking
I'm a little
movie,
starstruck, so not even trying to, pull a little conversation, or hey, do you want me to sign it this way, or, no, just take your money, stand next to you, take a picture, see you later.
That's shitty, dude. That's
Carradine, in my opinion, I have his autograph on a poster.
That's cool.
I will never meet him again, though.
That's sad, man.
But Ogre, cool as fuck.
Ogre, yeah, he was cool as hell, dude. And it's funny because when he talks to you, his eyes are going a whole different way. And he's like, oh, yeah, man. And he's everywhere but in your face, right? But, what did he sign your poster as? Did he do Ogre, you asshole?
No, he said, it's Ogre. What's wrong?
What? So, come here.
And then I forget what the line is, but he finished it with nerd, 9 R's. And
nice. When he signed my, I got an 8x10, and he signed it, it's Ogre, you asshole. And I loved it, dude.
And see, I think that was another thing, too. Because I loved him in Bloodsport. I loved him in, First and That, or Fourth and 10. What was the fucking HBO TV series?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I know exactly. First and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that show at the most obscure grocery store. It was $2.
Really?
The complete fucking series. I bought it and binge watched it because OJ was on there. Everybody was on that show.
He had the complete series. It wasn't $2.
Well, I'm sure it was $50, $60?
Add another 0.
Are you fucking serious?
No.
It was like $100.
Yeah. And then he was trying to. So he had a few shirts that were his character from Bloodsport.
Oh, that's cool.
But he wanted $80 a piece for them motherfuckers.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
because it said "I'm not your pal" dick face on it. Like, yeah,
That's cool though. That's
if
cool.
I had the extra $80, I would.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, if I got a chance to meet him again, I would, because like I said, I was just like, Ogre's cool as fuck. I didn't know what this, But yeah, Robert Carradine fucking let me down, dude.
When I met Booger, he was cool too. I was like, all right, so I have to ask you. I was like, I have 1 or 2 lines that I want to sign on the picture. He's like, what do you got? And I was like, what the fuck is a frush? What the fuck a roster cross? And he was like, man, that's tough. I was like, you know what? Let's go with what the fuck is a frush. He was like, all right, let's do it. And he was super cool, man. Like,
have you noticed? I've been seeing some prices and shit for people online
They've went up,
now. Well, no, it's not like that.
they charge you for letters and numbers. Like,
Yeah.
how the amount of
So
like,
I'll give you
words.
5 words for X amount of dollar. Anything
dude,
extra
what the
is.
fuck is that, man? I just saw that. I was looking at something. Man, where was it? I can't remember what convention it was, and it said like up to so many. So it said it was like 60 for this, 30 for that. Combo was like 80. And Chris Sarandon. It was Chris Sarandon. I was just looking at it. He's somewhere, and it said like, all right. So Chris Sarandon's prices were like 80 for a poster that's bigger than like an 8x10.
I bet you that's the thing I just seen too, because that's where I got it. It was Chris. Yeah,
And then it was, I'll do a quote for so much amount. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I know.
Randy Quaid did it too when he was at.
I wouldn't give that fucker.
When Randy Quaid finally showed up at Steel
City.
Yeah, finally fucking showed up, and they said he was pleasant with people. He was nice. He was in good spirits, I guess. But he charged for, so if I had him say like,
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Shivers Fool.
Christmas, Shivers Fool, I would catch the 5, but I had to pay an extra like $40. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Yeah,
That's
and then
6.
plus it was extra if you wanted to sign his name too. And I'm like, so wait, so you would put the R and the Q that she put as your autograph, but you can't put Cousin Eddie. You had to pay extra for Cousin Eddie. I was like, so literally that autograph would have costed me, if I think, I'm trying to remember, it was like $150. And I was like, whoa.
There's some things that aren't worth it.
No, dude. I paid $80 for an autograph, and so did you, from fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. And I also paid $80 for a picture. I paid $160 for her, for one fucking person who is bigger than Randy Quaid and a lot of these other people that are in these movies that are charging way more than she did.
Yeah.
Now her prices went up. Don't get me wrong. She just did a thing where she did it for an auction, for some kind of charity, and you could order a picture of her and she would sign it for you. It was $200. So her prices definitely went up. Don't get me wrong. What we met her was $80 a pop for each thing. For $80 for an autograph, $80 for a picture.
But the cool thing about that, though, is all the profits went to a good cause. It went to.
And so did these last ones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said
they
yeah.
did.
But I got to get Carpenter. I got to get Carpenter and
man.
Warlock are my 2. I got to get those.
So when I met Carpenter the first time, I was gung ho about it. Bill Rose was with me. He stood in line for like 3 hours. We got into the room finally because it was a hallway for the longest time. And we got into the actual room. He was out smoking, and his handler at the time was there, and I think it was his girlfriend at the time. You remember the mom from Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah.
And he went up in that one. It was her. So she comes in. She goes, "All right, here's the deal. Have your shit ready. $30, no pictures." I was like, "I know this bitch did not just say no pictures."
That's kind of shitty.
So, and that's how she talked to us. I'm not even joking, dude. She was a bitch. Fucking bitch. I'm glad Jason went up at her and fucking came out. Oh,
Yeah.
you should
See where he's pointing under there.
right to the yeah, bitch. Anyway, so he comes back in. He starts signing stuff, and there was a dude in front of me, and this dude had 45 fucking things. This cat had masks, he had toys, he had movies, he had posters. And I'm like, this, like, you know, he's selling all that shit, all of it.
Sidetrack for a quick second. What do you think about the fucking people who've been ambushing wrestlers in airports having like 9,000 things to sign at that?
Listen, man, if you're doing that, if you're a fan of
Anything. but-
WWE, because we're talking about that now, so WWE, and you're a fan of Rhea Ripley, okay, I'm just going to throw a name out there. If you're a fan of Rhea Ripley, then one autograph is suffice. One picture with her is suffice, right? To bombard her and say, I need you to sign 75 pops and 45 pictures, she knows that is all going to eBay in the next 5 minutes. And these people who got a free autograph from her are going to make upwards of $500 a pop. because people will pay it.
And then to be shitty with her when she either like gets
Yeah.
tired after signing 10 or just refuses.
Right. Exactly. And I give them 100% credit for even being nice enough to do it in a time where they don't have to owe you shit.
Yeah, because you're getting off a fucking plane, you're tired,
They're fucking 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. They're traveling. They're trying to go to the next fucking town. They don't have, dude. They want to go to bed.
Yeah.
They don't want to sit there and fucking be harassed by people. That's rude as fuck.
It's shitty.
Don't bother them when they're eating either. 'Cause that's rude as fuck.
Did you see the thing
You
Cena
know?
did?
Yeah.
Probably told him to go fuck himself pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, let people fucking live, man. People are out there doing it now with the SAG strike.
Yeah. They're fucking.
I just watched it on TikTok today. About 70 people, man, huddled fucking Adam Sandler. And he stopped to sign a few things. Like his handler was like, I'm sorry, you have to get out of the way, I'm sorry. He still stopped, did it to fucking Jack Black.
Yeah.
Leave him alone, dude. They're out there trying to fight for their fucking jobs. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, dude. Simple as that. Is it cool to meet him? Absolutely. But don't be a fucking hound. Take a picture, get one thing signed, go about your way. Don't have him, I need you to sign your whole fucking movie library.
Yeah.
He'll be there till he's dead. Like, this guy's been in everything. Like, no, dude, don't do that. But getting back to what we were saying, I'm sorry, we were talking about
Jamie Lee Curtis,
signatures and the thing. Yeah, so
and then John Carpenter and his old lady.
so John Carpenter, she was a bitch, right? So this dude in front of me had all this shit, right? And I looked at Bill Rose and I said, look, when we get up there, I need you to take my camera. Again, we still had cameras, not phones. And take your ass around this way. And we're going to make this happen. So I go, and it's my turn now to talk to the other handler. She says, oh, that's all you're getting signed is one poster. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have 45 fucking things. Yeah, this is my poster. So I get up to him. We have a nice casual conversation. He asked my name. I said, John. He said, that's a good name. I said, yes, it is. We bullshit a little bit as he signed my poster. I politely said, can I take a picture with you? He said, absolutely. Lean on in here. Well, and I did. I leaned right over that motherfucking table. I looked at Bill Rose, and she goes, oh, I said no pictures. I said, ain't nobody talking to you. I leaned in that bitch and fucking smiled, and Bill Rose took that picture. Now, years later, I just threw my lighter again, because I'm angry. I did it. Mixy, throw the lighter. Anyway, told you it was going to go again. So anyway, years later, I decided now to go to Horror Hound, and God, they were in Cincinnati, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sold too many tickets. They decided they weren't going to sit on time. I missed the John Carpenter photo op because I wanted the actual professional photo op with him.
Right.
And I missed it. So I got in there and I was like, so you guys held us outside for like 3 hours. Like, can we make that up? Like, can we get like no, give me back tomorrow. I was like, I won't. They were shitty as fuck. You get a picture with so-and-so. I don't want a picture with so-and-so. I wanted a picture with John Carpenter. You guys fucked me on that because I stood outside for 3 fucking hours. Because you guys sold too many fucking tickets. You know? So that sucked. I did get to meet him. I did get my poster signed. I did get a lean over the table picture with him, so it was cool. And I defied her rules because she was a bitch, but whatever. Dude, listen, man. We are everyday common people. If you're one of those people that have 8, 9, 10,000, upwards of thousands of dollars to go and blow on a convention, I applaud you and I'm happy for you. And I think that's great that you can do it. I can't do that. Nope. Okay? And I know he feels the same way. We like to hit the vendor's room. We look for movies. We're movie fans, so we're going to find those rare movies that we can't find everywhere else.
Collectibles.
We don't want to pay $30 for fucking shipping to have it shipped to our house, so we can find it at a fucking convention for $30 cheaper on shipping. We want to get it, right? So it's great that you bring everybody, and I would love to see everybody, but dude, you guys got to do better with the pricing.
Yeah.
You're killing the everyday. I know that you're John Carpenter. I know that you're. Let me tell you what I paid for him when I met him. You ready for this?
Okay.
$30. Want to know what his price is now? $120. Ooh. Anthony Michael Hall is the same way with the posters. If it's anything over 11 by 17, it's $120.
Goddamn.
So when Matt went to Horror Hound, he got me an 8 by 10 for $60. And it signed to me. It said, "Evil dies tonight." Anthony Michael Hall. I was like, all right, I can do the $60. I paid him back for it. I don't like to do that, but there was when you can't meet somebody and you don't get a chance to. It's easy just to say, all right, I would love to have that picture with that person, but dude, at least I have the autograph. That's cool. You know?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, man.
What do you feel? How do you feel about haunted houses?
So I like haunted houses. I used to work in one. There was one right up by my dad's old house, and I would go there dressed as Michael Myers. I would go to work, per se, with the mask on. She won't sit on the table. She has to be held because she's really. Anyway, I would go to the haunted house with the mask on and leave the end of the night with the mask on. I freaked out the people that worked there because they had no idea who the fuck I was. I would see people from school and I would fuck with them because I knew them personally, but they didn't know it was me. I got in the car with one girl. She freaked out and jumped out of the car, and I followed her the whole way. I got scared one girl. She fell on her ass. I saw her at school the next day, laughed my ass off.
Right.
She had no idea why. So, like, it was cool. It was fun. Nowadays, I feel like haunted houses are just more or less a 12-year-old kid running up and going, "Wah!" And he has face paint over one eye. And it's like, oh, cool. Me and Jesse were just talking about this, and Jesse said, hey, man, that'd be cool if he said, I swear to God, if I win the lottery, I'm flying us out to Orlando for the cool horror night stuff, right? So Horror Nights does it up right, and they have themed haunted houses. So there's a Child's Play one, or a Halloween one, or a Killer Clowns one, so on and so forth. Our haunted houses don't do that. We have
A fat guy with a candy apple thing stuck to his head.
yeah. Shut up, Bucker.
You were like, yeah!
Wait for me. Anyway, so no, but like we get the guy that gets the Jason mask from Mark's. That's $2.
Yeah.
And he stands there in like a shredded up shirt and goes, "Oh, Jason doesn't do that." But that's what we get. So like we were talking about how the haunted houses would benefit more in our area and other areas, but they would do themed haunted houses. I would love that, man. I would love that. You know, they're fun. I don't know. I think if I win free tickets, I'll go. But I'm not paying for it. I'm not gonna pay it. I'm not gonna pay for it. And it's fucking expensive.
Everything is
So they want like almost $30 a person now. But if you fast pass, it's like $50 or $60. If I could fast pass, I'd rather stand in that motherfucking long ass line, dude. I'm not fast pass my ass. Shit. No, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Because we're going along, we're having a good time, we're talking about Halloween stuff, we're talking about horror stuff. What do you got that's coming out that you're looking forward to? Anything that you...
Honestly, looking forward to this Exorcist movie, which actually I need to go back and watch the original, because I've actually never watched the original. I've seen a little bit and piece here and there, but...
Really?
Yeah, so
So let me give you a tip real quick. Watch the first one, you'll like it. Don't watch the second one, that's hot garbage, you know that too. And watch the third one, because it's fun.
Okay.
But don't watch the second one. Don't watch Exorcist the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about Exorcist the beginning. I don't want to blow the original one for you. Okay, I know you've seen clips.
Right.
Exorcist the beginning. If you watch the original Exorcist, they will tell you at one point that Father Merrin has experience in these exorcisms because he dealt with it with a boy in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Exorcist the beginning comes out years later, whatever. And there is a little boy in Africa who we feel is possessed. And I'm like, oh, they're actually going to go by the story. Cool. And then young Father Merrin goes into like this cave or whatever with this woman, and she is the one who's possessed, and she's basically nothing but Linda Blair. Crawling up the fucking walls going, put your fat cock in my juicy wet pussy. And long fucking tongue, and I was like, y'all had a chance to really like tell the story of Father Merrin, and you fucked it up by trying to redo The Exorcist. So don't waste your time. It was awful.
Was that really what the fuck they were saying?
Yeah, remember the fucking all that stuff.
Yeah,
the original Exorcist with the crucifix and stuff.
All right.
And the cock and all that stuff. Your mother sucks cock in hell and stuff. So her line was, I'm sorry, it wasn't juicy pussy. It was put your big fat cock in my juicy wet ass. That's what it was. And she's crawling the fucking like cave walls going back. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sounds like a
y'all
couple
y'all had a chance to redeem yourself and really tell the story of young Father Merrin, and you decided, nope, let's redo Linda Blair. She didn't say anything about putting that in her ass, though, but you did, and that's okay because people eat ass today. So I guess that then if they remade The Exorcist today, she'd be climbing the walls going, eat my fucking ass like groceries. That's what she would do. I'm just saying, dude, that's what would happen. I'm tired and things are coming out now, but it is what it is.
And I think on that note, I think we are going to wrap it up for another season. I've had a great time doing this with you tonight, man. It's always fun.
Hell yeah. We'll see you guys in a year? No.
Probably.
I'm just playing.
No, he's not. It's probably
We'll see you in a year, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I might be coming down in March, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see you in about 6 months, 7 months. That's cool. We'll be back.
Definitely, man. Well, you guys stay safe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next season.